Hi dear student, in today's lesson we will study analytic geometry, mean coordinate geometry, or we can say Cartesian coordinate geometry. So in this lesson we will study dichromatic identities, addition and subtraction formula, double angle and half angle formula, and to apply it. First of all, let us study some fundamental dichromatic identities. Reciprocal identities. Cosecant x equal 1 by sin x. Secant x equal 1 by cosine x. Cotangent x equal 1 by tangent x, and tangent x equal sin x by cosine x. Also, cotangent x equal cosine x by sin x. Pythagorean identities. Sin square x plus cosine square x is 1. 1 plus tan square x plus equal secant square x, and 1 plus cotangent square x is cosecant square x. Co-function identities. Sin pi by 2 minus x equal cosine x. The same cosine pi by 2 minus x is sin x. From sine you get cosine, from cosine we get sine, so that's why it is called co-function identity. Co means two function identity. From sine we get cosine, from cosine we get sine. Similarly, tangent, cotangent, and secant, cosecant. So tangent pi by 2 minus x is cotangent x, and cotangent pi by 2 minus x is tangent x. Secant pi by 2 minus x is cosecant x, and cosecant pi by 2 minus x is secant x. Some more identities, that is called even and odd identities. Sine minus x equal minus sin x. Cosine minus x equal cosine x, and tangent minus x equal minus tangent x. Simplify trigonometric expression. Cos cube x plus sine square x cosine x. So you know we have cosine here, we have cosine here, so take common. Cosine x is common, cosine square x plus sine square x, and we know cosine square x plus sine square x is 1, so it's 1, and the answer is cosine x. So we simplify 1 plus cosine y divided by secant y. Secant, we know it is reciprocal of cosine, so write the remaining same, just secant replace by 1 divided by cosine y, and then the upper 1 plus cosine y write the same, but these two we have to add. How we add? So we keep the denominator same, cosine y by cosine y plus 1 by cosine y, and we keep cosine y, cosine y plus 1. So we will get 1 plus cosine y divided by cosine y plus 1, meaning is same. 1 plus cosine y or cosine y plus 1, meaning is same, so it will cut, and the answer is cosine y. The next one is secant x minus cosine x divided by tangent x. So we will replace secant with 1 by cos and tangent with sine x by cosine x, and just do simplification, we will get like that. So here 1 minus cosine square, it is equal to sine square x. Why? Because we study sine square x plus cosine square x equal 1. So sine square x is 1 minus cosine square x. So we replace like that. So now here we have sine and here we have 2, so square will cut and cosine will cut, the answer will come sine x. So this is simple. The answer is sin x. Verify the identity. Question number 1. Sin b plus cosine b cotangent b is cosecant b. Whenever we verify or prove, so we take one side. We will take the left hand side. Left hand side is sin b plus cosine b cotangent b, and we will prove that it is equal to cosecant b. So how? Let us start. Cosine b and sin b write the same, but cotangent b replaced with cosine b divided by sin b. And cosine b multiply, so you'll get sin b plus cosine square b by sin square b. And then we do the denominator same, so here we multiply and divide sin b up and down, so we will get denominator same sin b, but up sin square b plus cosine square b. So sin square b plus cosine square b is 1 by sin b, and which is cosecant square b, and that is the right hand side. So I hope so it is easy and clear. Another question. 1 minus cosine a into 1 plus cosine a equal 1 by cosecant square a. Again we will take left hand side, 1 minus cosine a into 1 plus cosine a. So we know a formula a plus b into a minus b. We write a square minus b square, so 1 minus cosine square a. 1 minus cosine square a is, before I told you, sin square x plus cosine square x is 1. So sin square x is 1 minus cosine square x. So 1 minus cosine square x we replace with the sin square x. Here we have the angle a, so will come in a, sin square a. Sin square a is reciprocal of 1 by cosecant square a, which is the right hand side, and prove. Question number 3. Tan y plus cotan y into sin y cosine y equal 1. We will replace tan with, again we will take left hand side, replace tangent y with the sin y by cosine y, cotangent y cosine y by sin y, and then we will multiply this sin y cosine y with the first term and with the second term. So cosine y cancel, and sin y cancel. So sin y becomes sin square, and cosine y is cosine square. So sin square plus cosine square is 1 here. Another question, 1 by 1 minus sin square alpha equal 1 plus tan square alpha. So here I will choose this side, right hand side. This is up to us. From which side we can prove? We can choose left hand side, we can choose right hand side. So this question is easy to prove from right hand side, so I'll take right hand side, 1 plus tan square alpha. Tan square alpha is sin square alpha by cosine square alpha, and then keep the denominator same, so we will get like that. So cosine square alpha we replace with 1 minus 2 sin square alpha, which I show many times, and I hope you know. Here are some practice, some question homework you can do. These are, you have to verify the identity. Now we study addition and subtraction formula. So these are formula to remember. Formula for sin. Sin a plus b is sin a cosine b plus cosine a sin b. If plus is here, so plus will be here. Sin a minus b, sin a cosine b minus cosine a sin b. If minus, so we keep minus. So I hope you have to memorize like that. Sin a plus b is sin a cosine b plus cosine a sin b. Formula for cosine. So we write cosine A plus B equal cosine A cosine B minus sine A sine B. If plus here, we write minus, keep in mind. And we write cosine A cosine B. In cosine formula, we write cosine A cosine B, sine A sine B. If plus, between we write minus. So these are the formula we have to remember. Cosine A minus B, cosine A cosine B plus sine A sine B. And tangent A plus B equal tangent A plus tangent B divided by 1 minus tangent A tangent B. Tangent A minus B equal tangent A minus tangent B divided by 1 plus tangent A tangent B. So memorize this formula. Let us use this formula. Use addition and subtraction formula to find exact value of the expression. To find the value of sine 45 without using calculator. So we have to remember this table as we studied before in radian. Now we will study in degree. So we should know degree 0, degree 30, degree 40, 60 degree and 90 degree. What are the terminal point? Terminal point mean the first one is cosine, the second one sine. We should know sine and cosine here. So 75, you know, we can write 30 plus 45. Okay, and using addition subtraction formula, sine A plus B, we write sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B. I mean, this is A, this is B, so we write sine A cosine B cosine A sine B. I hope it is clear. Now put the value sine 30, come to angle 30, sine is the second value, half. Cosine 45, the first value, this one, and put the values here, half and square root 2 by 2. Similarly, cosine 30 is 30 cosine, the first value, square root 3 by 2. So put the value and just simplify. This is the answer. Similarly, question number 2, cosine 15 degree. 15 degree we can write 45 degree minus 30 degree. So we will use formula of cosine. If this is A, this is B, so we write cosine A cosine B sine A sine B. If minus, we write plus here. In between we write plus. And we use the table, this table, 45 degree and 30 degree. Yes, to put the value of cosine. So cosine 45, this value, cosine 30, this value, and sine 45, this value, and sine 30, this value. Simplify, answer will come like that. So this is some practice question. You can practice on this question. Next question, use the same addition subtraction formula, but this time we have the other side. Question number 3, we have sine A cosine B cosine A, you know 18 is A, sine B. So this is formula sine A cosine B cosine A sine B. So it's a formula sine A plus B, A plus B. So sine A plus B, you know 45 degrees coming, we know the table. From the table 45 degree, sine value is this one, square root 2 by 2. And this is some question for the practice. Prove the identity. So whenever we say prove, so we have two sides. Again, we will choose left hand side and we will prove right hand side. But here we are using addition subtraction formula. So cosine x plus y, cosine x minus y, we know the rule. Just open it. We open using rule. Cosine x plus y mean cosine x, cosine y minus sin x sin y. Cosine x minus y mean cosine x cosine y plus sine x sine y. You know this value is a minus and this value is a plus, so it will cancel. So we'll get to cosine x cosine y. Another question. Tangent x minus tangent y equals sine x minus y divided by cosine x cosine y. We will write the left hand side sine x minus tangent y, change tangent x sine x by cosine x, tangent y sine y by cosine y, and now we will keep the denominator same. So this cosine y multiply here up and down, and this cosine x multiply here up and down. So I hope you understood. And we will get the same denominator, sine x cosine y minus cosine x sine y. This is formula for sine x minus y, so which is right hand side, and it is proved. We prove it. Another question, 1 minus tangent x tangent y equal cosine x plus y divided by cosine x cosine y. Change, first of all choose this left hand side, then change tangent x with sine by cosine and tangent y also with the same. And then we take the denominator same, and we will get this one, cosine x cosine y minus sine x sine y divided by cosine x cosine y. So this formula, you know, cosine x plus y, cosine x cosine y minus we choose plus, so cosine x plus y, which is right hand side. The next question is sine x plus y minus sine x minus y divided by cosine x plus y plus cosine x minus y equal tangent y. Again we will take the left hand side and we will use addition and subtraction formula of sine and cosine, and we have to open it. So just open it using addition and subtraction formula. But remember, just remember, if we have minus, so we keep bracket, and this minus will multiply later. In the next step, minus will multiply later. So this term will become minus and this term will become plus. So you know, this is minus sine x cosine y cancel with sine x cosine y, and this minus sine x sine y will cancel with this plus sine x sine y. So these two terms, like 2 cosine x sine y, and these two terms, this one, 2 cosine x cosine y. So we will write 2 cosine x sine y and 2 cosine x cosine y. You know, 2 finish, cosine x finish, sine y by cosine y become tangent y. Yes, and it is called prove. We prove it. These are some more questions for the practice. Now we study double angle and half angle formula. So double angle formula, sine 2a equal to sine a cosine a. Here I'll tell you, you know the formula sine a plus b. It is sine a cosine b plus cosine a sine b. Okay, so double angle formula mean we have a plus a, keep and make b, replace b with a, replace b with a. So this will become sine a cosine a plus again sine a cosine a. So 2 times, so 2 sine a cosine a we say. So the formula is coming like that. Sine 2a is 2 sine a cosine a. Cosine 2a we can say cosine square a. Cosine square a minus sine square a. We can say 1 minus sine square a. Also we can say 2 cosine square a minus 1. So these 3 formula we are using for cosine 2a. Similarly, tangent 2a is 2 tangent a divided by 1 minus tangent square a. Now let us study half angle formula. Half angle formula, Sine a by 2 is plus minus 1 minus cosine a divided by 2. If here we have a by 2, so here we have a. If we have sine, we have minus here. So this is the formula. Again, I'll say sine a by 2 is plus minus 1 minus cosine a by 2. Cosine a by 2 we say plus minus square root 1 plus cosine a by 2. So square root is here, square root is here, keep in mind. And if cosine, then plus will be here. And tangent a by 2 we can say sine a by 2 by cosine a by 2. Also the formula is 1 minus cosine a by sine a. Also the formula is sine a by 1 plus cosine a. So anyone you can use. You can use this one, or this one. The choice of plus and minus sign depend on the quadrant in which a by 2 is lie. I mean, where is this angle a by 2, where it lie? It lie in a first quadrant, all are plus. A by 2 lie in a second quadrant, so sine is plus, the other are minus. If it lie in a third quadrant, tangent is plus. If it lie in a fourth quadrant, so then cosine is plus, as you know. Find sine 2x, cosine 2x, and tangent 2x from the given information. So the information or the question is sine x is minus 3 by 5, where x is in the third quadrant. You know, in the third quadrant, sine is minus, yes. So we have to find cosine. So cosine we can find using this formula. Cosine square x plus sine square x is 1. So cosine square x will come 1 minus sine square x. 1 minus sine square x. So 1 sine square x, the value is minus 3 by 5. Put it there. We will get 16 by 25. So we will take square root here, square root here. The answer will come plus minus 4 by 5. You know, quadrant 3. In quadrant 3, cosine is minus. Yes. So we will choose the minus value, minus 4 by 5. Now, to find sine 2x, cosine 2x, tangent 2x, we will use formula. Sine 2x formula 2 sin x cosine x. Sin x I know the value. Cosine x I know the value. Put the value. And the answer will come 24 over 25. Cosine 2x, this is the formula. Put the value. And the answer will come 9 by 25. Tangent 2x, we can say sine 2x divided by cosine 2x. So sine 2x is 24 by 25, cosine 2x is 9 by 25. So the answer will come 24 by 9. Tangent 2x will come 24 over 9. These are questions to practice. Use half angle formula to find exact value of the expression. Sine 15 degree. So sine 15 degree, half angle formula is this one. So you know, I'll put 30 here because 15 we need, so 30 by 2, 15 is coming. So I'll put a 30. So 30, and cosine 30 we know from the table. So put the value of cosine 30, that is square root 3 by 2, and simplify, this is the answer. And plus minus I choose plus. Why I choose plus? 15 degree, it is in the first quadrant, so it is plus. Practice this question. And the last we have to find sine x by 2, cosine x by 2, tangent x by 2 from the given information. So cosine x is minus 4 by 5 and the quadrant is 3, quadrant 3, x between 180 and 270. So to find sine x by 2, you know this is the formula, plus minus square root 1 minus cosine x by 2. So I'll choose plus or minus. It depends on x by 2. Where is x by 2? So first I have to find x by 2. So 180 by 2, x by 2, and 270 by 2. So x by 2 between 90 and 135. 90 and 135, which is this quadrant? Quadrant 2, yes. In quadrant 2, all student take calculus. So quadrant 2 sign is plus. So I'll choose plus value, plus. And the value of cosine is this one. So put the value. Replace cosine with minus 4 by 5, and the answer will come 3 by square root 10. Just simplify. Similarly, cosine, this is the formula. So you know x by 2 in quadrant 2, x by 2 in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, cosine is plus or minus? Cosine is minus, yes. So minus square root 1 plus cosine by 2, and we will replace cosine with the minus 4 by 5. The answer will come minus 1 by square root 10. Tangent x by 2 is simple. Sine x by 2 divided by cosine x by 2. Put the values and we will get the answer minus 3. It's like that. I hope it is clear. And in the last we have homework. We should practice these questions to understand. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Thank you.